Hello and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Radio Works World, and my name is Marion and I am the Vision host. And today I'm going to talk about you becoming the cause of your own life. You causing your brilliant life to flourish, to flower and to grow. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because it's very easy to feel like a victim of life. It's very easy to feel like you're not in control of your life. You know, there are too many bills, there are too many pressures, there are too many demands, too many external expectations upon you, that you feel weighed down under the pressure of all of those things and you lose yourself. That is not a successful life. A successful life, which is what we want, I think it's what you want. In a successful life, we are of our own reality and we create a brilliant, fun, vibrant life where we can be ourselves, where we don't have to try to be anybody else, where we don't have to try to live up to the expectations of other people. And the way that I help you this authentic, vibrant life of truth, of your truth, where you are the cause of your own brilliant life, the way I help people is using Stage Fright Away's product called Speak Easy. And the reason that this is so helpful is because when you can speak easy, that you are able to express who you are easily. It means that you're the magic, the miracle of you as the authentic, beautiful being that you are flows easily. You express yourself easily. And in the place where we are in flow with life, then life flows through us. So we have access to what we need, and we can make, it's like you can make your dreams come true. This is one of the realities of my life, is that it's possible for me to make my dreams come true, because the story, and this is all beautiful Marina quotes that I'm using today, the story that I tell myself when nobody's here, when nobody's listening, that's the story of my life. That's the story that will be written and will be manifest for me in my life. It's really easy to get trapped in the materialistic cycle, isn't it? Because we do worry and we do have bills and there are all these external expectations upon us. But under the weight of that worry, do you find that you lose yourself? Do you find that the worry and the ideas of what you're worried about, they feel bigger than you, than who you are? Because I know that was my experience. And with Speak Easy, what I've done is I've broken down to us when we are consumed by the external world, when we are sucked, it's almost as if the life is sucked out of me and I'm a victim of life, forcibly sucked out of me. But when I'm that victim, I can never shine, I can never be myself. And so how do I shine? How do I remain authentic? How do I bring all of that energy that's been sucked out of me? How do I guide it back in? How do I command it back in, if you like, so that I can really be me and live authentically on my own terms and on purpose, you know, using my why, my purpose for being? Well, the way that I've done this is I've broken the problems of the weight of this external world and the victim to life. I've broken it down into 5 areas. And those 5 areas are really to regaining the ability to speak easy. Because when you can speak easy, it means that you can share whatever message you want to share. You choose what you want to do. You make all of the choices and you're not dictated to by external forces. You become an internal force. You become the cause of your own life, this internal force that builds and creates your life. So the first of the 5 areas, it's about commitment. It's about committing to what you are, who you want to be, and also practicing how to become more and more of that every day. Because once we commit, once we set our mind on an idea, on an intention, then we need to make sure that every step that we take towards that intention, that we can somehow measure it, find out if it's working or not, and when we know it's working, do more of it. Or if it's not working the way it's needed to, we can change. So we are committed to being flexible as we move forward, making the progress that we want to make. Because think about it this way. So say, for example, you wanted to be an opera singer. So you want to be able to stand on stage and deliver beautiful sounds to the audience. And you stand at home and you're in the mirror and you're singing and you think it sounds amazing. You're in your little bathroom with your little mirror there and you've got this amazing sound going through your head as you're singing. Then when you stand on stage in a huge auditorium and there's a massive space to fill and there's a huge audience listening to you, do you think that the practicing in the mirror is going to help you? Because potentially you could sound completely different in a different space, in a different shaped space, in a different, with the different audience, the different energies out there. There's so many things that have changed. So practicing the right way, because as an opera singer, I would want to be standing on the stage in the room where I was going to deliver my beautiful sounds, so that I could understand how I would need to modulate my voice, how I would need to adapt and change the way that I deliver the sounds in order to, make the best sound in the space that I'm in the environment that I'm in, and with the group of people that I'm with. So committing to practice and committing to receiving great feedback, having great coaching to help you to make sure that what you're delivering is the best it can possibly be. But coming from a place where you've committed to delivering it because it's what you want to do, not because it's an external. It really is an internal driving, internal motivating force that you're tapping into that will help you to then go on and take great steps as you commit to delivering yourself, to creating your life, as you commit to being the cause of your own life. So that's the first step in the speakeasy process, is how do you make sure that you've committed well, that you're doing it right, that you're practicing well, that you've got good feedback coming through, that you've got good coaching, so that what happens when you deliver is even better than you could have imagined. The second step in this 5-step process, we've got commitment. Is really important because this is about control. So this is about controlling your emotional state. Now, when you watch a film or when you watch a movie, a singer or a musician of some kind, or a performance of some kind, that your state is usually similar to what you're watching. So if you're watching a horror movie, it's scary and you feel scared. If you're watching a romantic movie, it's quite sweet and sentimental and you feel sweet and sentimental. If you're watching an action movie, there's often, there's a lot of aggression and anger in there, and you're going to be feeling all, energized and wanting to action of some kind. So when we share communication, it's not just the words that we say, it's the energy behind the words, it's the actions of the body, it's the sounds, it's the smells, it's the sights, it's the tastes, it's everything adds to how we receive and share and communicate information. And so if I'm delivering a message, like at the moment, I'm delivering a message to you today, how to become more authentically you, how to start living your story so that your life is how you want it to be. Can you be the creator of the reality that you want, so that you are no longer a victim of life, so that you are no longer consumed by external demands? And so when I'm delivering this message, speak easy, then would you agree with me, if I wasn't feeling calm and confident here and now, and I wasn't feeling in flow, you'd notice. So if I'm start to feel a bit uncomfortable, and I'm not really sure what I want to say, and it all starts to get a bit uncomfortable, and my posture's uncomfortable, and my eyes are they're moving around a lot, and my mouth is tight. How does that make you feel when you witness me in that state? So I'm going to let myself calm down now, because I really got into the state of, oh, it's all very nervous. So when we're very nervous, there's so many reasons why we would be nervous, aren't there? You're thinking about me. I'm worried about if I'm sounding clever. I'm worried about how I look. I can see myself on the screen. How's my hair looking? There's all these worry. And all of these worries are about the connection I've got with the external world. And underneath the weight of all of those worries, it's like the real me just gets buried. So when I connect back into the real me, when I can find ways and means, and there are so many brilliant techniques out there, and I've learned some amazing techniques that are so powerful at helping me to realize that this is just a worry state around me, and I don't have to be in that state or that place. There's a choice. When I find that choice, then I go to the place that I would like to be. So I can be in my preferred state, my preferred response, my preferred way of expressing, my preferred way of being. So I'm causing my own life. It's my preference. I'm not a victim of other people. I'm actually doing it all for me. And when I learn how to control my state, when you learn how to control your state, it's possible to live in this place most of the time. Now, obviously, life is going to throw things at us, and, you know, all sorts of things can happen in life. You can, you know, somebody close to you could die. You could have a big argument with somebody. You could injure yourself. You could be diagnosed with something. There are so many triggers and tribulations and traumas and stresses that happen in life. Shift my state into one of worry again, feeling, you know, a victim, feeling externally repressed, feeling demands upon me, expectations upon me. But when I remember, when I realize I'm in that place, okay, back to me, back to feeling who I am, going into what is it that I'm doing right now? What am I communicating right now? How can I do that so that it serves me best? Because I know that when I am serving me best, then I am automatically of service to everyone. So when you are serving you best, you are automatically in a place where you serve everyone. We cannot serve others when we do it as a victim. We cannot serve others when we do it as a martyr. And if we try to do that, the energy around it gets so toxic, so trapped, so discombobulating, creates so much worry, creates even more confusion, creates more overwhelm, more. And it's all about mind reading, thinking what we think other people might think, thinking what's expected of us, all external stuff. So looking after number one, looking after me, is the key to all of the service that I can offer, that I will automatically give it when I'm looking after me. So this is where the controlling your, so it's number two, controlling your emotional state, your physical state, your psychological state. These are all choices that we make. And we do need to clear out old patterns, old habits, clear out conditioning, ideas, all this mind reading that we do. We need to clear out our connections to these things so that we can get back to the truth of who we are. And as I say, there are lots of really magic tools to do this. And if you've ever seen me on stage, when I talk about speakeasy, I'll always work with somebody because I want the audience to see how difficult it can be when you have a problem between you and your audience, whether that's nervousness, whether that's unknown expectations, whatever that issue is, you know, worrying about how you look, how you sound, how clever you are, how brilliant you are, how funny you are. All these worries, they just block our expression of ourselves. They block your ability to cause your own life. So by clearing these blocks out of the way, and as I say, they do come back, but when you've learned how to clear them, when they arrive again, you know how to do it again. And they arrive again and you know how to do it again. Whereas if we've never done any clearing, it's like we get this backlog of worry, of problems, and that's where we start to feel a victim again, a victim of life, weighed down behind all of these things. But it is possible to clear them, and that is what Speakeasy is all about. It's all about clearing away the blocks that make me feel like a victim, the blocks that make you feel like a victim, the blocks that make you feel like there's no way for you to control things, the blocks that make you feel like it's not fair, the blocks that make you feel like life is not on your side, the blocks that make you say things like, oh, you know, why do bad things happen to good people? They're all possible to release and then put you in a place where you can speak easy. Okay, so the third thing, the third part, number 3, of the process of the 5 C's, they're all C's, as you'll see. The third one, it's about courage. Because when you've got commitment, you've committed to what it is that you want to share, what you want to express, what you want to deliver. And then you're understanding now, how do you control the state that you're in and the way that you deliver it? Now it's the courage. How can I stand brave as myself and allow me to be me without all of these worries? And what I love about the word courage is it's from the heart. So the French word for heart is coeur, and probably got some Latin thing in there somewhere, but I don't know. I just know the French word. And so courage actually means, we perceive courage to be something about being hard and tough and, you know, like a warrior. But actually, courage works on both sides. It's masculine and it's feminine. So there's the masculine warrior behind courage, and there is the feminine openness, receptive, vulnerable, allowing life to flow and realizing there are always choices. And I flow from feminine to masculine and from masculine to feminine. It's a natural flow of life. It happens to you, it happens to me, it happens to everybody and everything. So there are occasions where we need to be open and receptive and allow life in. And there are occasions where we need to be the warrior, what's that lovely warrior princess idea, isn't it, as a woman? But to be this goddess, this powerful goddess, it's not just about actions and pushing things out. It's about allowing the flow of life to come in and out. And this is what real courage is, because this happens with an open heart. And so that's what the third part of Speakeasy is all about. The fourth part, you can see it's a really holistic system, because without any one of these individual components, there's going to be some more blocks arrive, there's going to be some worry arrive, it's going to be very difficult to process. So the next part of this is about concentrating, because do you know when something goes wrong? So for example, I've got this cup of tea here. Now, if I was to knock my cup of tea over by accident, suddenly you get this, oops, and you get this, I've got to sort it out, and you get into this kind of a panic. And the panic, automatically, just again, it disconnects you from your heart, takes you into your head, let's get this sorted out, Now, if you're on stage, or if you're in front of an audience, or if like as a coach, as a therapist, and as a guide, when I'm working with a client, if there's an oops moment, if there's a bit of a anxiety or a bit of a panic that happens over a situation that's unexpected, understand how can I most quickly get back into a place where I'm composed, and when I'm composed, reconnect to me, find the courage, find the flow of the courage, control my state into what is the process that I'm in right now. So I need all of these, and concentration, the fourth point, concentration is key, because concentration is about where do you place your mind. And when you place your mind knowingly and consciously, This is exactly where you become the cause of your life, because consciousness and concentration are kind of together, aren't they? Concentration is, where am I placing my attention and my focus? And so if I constantly place my attention and my focus on worry and on problems, I'm actually going to see more of them. It's going to feel like I even get more of them. And if you look at the law of attraction, that's what will happen. More of the problems that I'm looking at will be attracted to me, because there's that beautiful saying, and it's so true, that where attention goes, energy flows. And so that's the crux of what's behind concentration. So behind concentration, there's a system called the mind optimizer. And with the mind optimizer, it teaches you how to keep your focus and attention where you choose it to be. Now, when I'm looking at courage, the system that helps you to understand how to be courageous and flow with life, it's called the brave communicator. So that's the system that helps you there. These are all little systems that give you loads of skills to help you to build up. So with commitment, we've got the opening act. And the opening act it's step one into the process of where you want to speak easy. So that's how I'm going to develop commitment, committing to the right practice in the right way to get the results that I choose, that I want. With control, you've got the pulse regulator, because obviously when you're out of control, your pulse goes a bit crazy. So with the pulse regulator, this really helps you to regulate that stress response so that the body stays in the state that you want it to be, and that your energy is where you want it to be. We need different energies for different things. So right now, I'm talking to you. I need my energy to be quite motivated, because information that I know, and I'm assuming that there are questions in your mind, and I'm trying to make sure that I cover all of the information. So my energy is quite high in this place, but I'm not anxious and I'm not flustered. And I don't have enough energy to run a marathon right now. But also my energetic state is not in the place where sleep would come easily. So we need to be able to control our energy so that it's the right type of energy for the purpose that we're doing right now. And that's what the pulse regulator is all about. Really helps you to control your energy. For courage, we've got the brave communicator. And then with the concentration, it's the mind optimizer, because it's about, the optimal place and way for your mind to focus and concentrate on anything, so that you actually achieve what it is that you want to achieve, so that you cause your own life. And then the fifth part of this, the final part of this process, what we all admire in ourselves, in other people. And if you've got a message to share, you need this. And this is confidence. Because when you are committed to where you're going, when you know that you can manage and maintain your pulse, your state, when you are open-hearted and you're brave and courageous in the way that you're communicating, when you have an optimum mindset, mind place and concentration, way of concentrating, the result of all of that will be to take you to a place of confidence. And when you're in a place of confidence, that's where you know you are creating your own reality. And so you can choose to create the reality that you want. So thinking about why you're sharing your message, because again, this is about the commitment. Many of the people that I meet, they perceive that they just want to make more money. Well, that's true at a very superficial level, because we need money to survive. We live in a material world. One of the key survival techniques that we use is money. So money needs to flow. We need to receive it and we need to give it. We have bills that we need to pay. We do work that we get paid for. So there is a flow of money. But actually, if you had enough money, what then would you desire to do, to be, to have, and to experience? Because money is just a tool. It's not the end result. There are two key end results that I want. One of them is joy, enjoyment. And the other is it's a combination of fulfillment and love. It's like a combination of fulfillment and love, and then there's joy. So they feel quite different, but these are always the goals. These are always the things that I want to move towards. So when I know I'm in control of my life, when I know that I'm creating my reality, I choose to create a reality where I move towards success, fulfillment and love, as joy and enjoyment. So for me, these are the two keys. So whenever I'm looking at money, I know that I'm looking at that money because it's going to take me towards where my success is. So the success is not about the money. The success is what you want to be, to do, to have, and to experience. So Speakeasy is a really great tool. And I know this because it's worked for me. So I know how great it is, and it's worked for other people. So I know it's not just me. It's such a great tool because it helps to clear away all of the barriers, all of the blocks, all of the things that make you feel like a victim, to clear them away so that you can sing your song, so that you can be authentic, so that you can be honest, you can be true to who you are, share your magnificence with the world. And in your sharing the magnificence, you are both giving and receiving. And to me, that is the crux of all of life. So Marina, come and join me and share with me your thoughts on Speakeasy and how else you think it might be able to help people. Are you there? Yes.
You know, I'm here and I was taking notes. I'm your most dedicated student for life. You know, Marion, I was thinking that a couple of years ago when I was coming back from Singapore to Los Angeles, on my way there, I had 29 hours to watch all the movies. And, you know, on my way back, I was thinking, I was all by myself in that space. For some reason, it was nobody else next to me, so I could engage with anyone. So I started engaging with myself. So anyway, I had a book launch there, and a couple of the people who came, you know, I done this book tour for 1 year. I went around the world, but I had no plans. I was going where people would invite me to go. I was just going without thinking how or with whom or why. I was just going. So coming back from Singapore was a very long flight, and seeing all the movies already and thinking, what do? I have no one else to talk, so I better start talking with myself. So while going through the YouTube, because they start putting things on YouTube with what I was saying, I was playing and playing, and I didn't really like how I spoke or anything. I was quite embarrassed, you know, feeling, oh my God, they put it up there, you know. And then, but I was speaking from the heart, so I think in a way that was different than anybody else that I heard before. But you know how it is when you look at how you've been performing on stage. It's always embarrassing. It's always embarrassing, for me at least. Anyway, so
I want to stop you there. I want to stop you there, Marina, because it doesn't have to be embarrassing. This is the beauty of all of the work that I've done. And the reason that I created Speakeasy was because I used to dislike the way I sounded. I didn't like my accent. I feel like I mumble sometimes. I speak too quickly. And then if I'd see myself on video, I would be obsessed with the way that my shoulders moved or the stiffness in my neck, or just totally obsessed, not with what I was saying or nothing about my message, just the sound and the look of it. And now that I've cleared being bothered about the sound or the look, I actually really enjoy watching myself on video.
Exactly. But this is my very point. So when I was going through those videos they uploaded on YouTube, and I was sending them messages, please put it down, please put it down, it's embarrassing, you know, I realized that there is a little button under the screen. So by the share buttons, there is another button that says more. And then you have something and transcript. So I click on transcript and I see the whole transcript of the audio file.
Yes.
So I start copying paste, and I put it in a thinking that I'm going to practice more, and I'm going to create my signature talk, because I never say the same thing ever.
Okay.
Anyway, so while doing that, I realized that actually I end up with 160 pages.
Wow.
So on my way back from Singapore, I wrote a book called, I have it in front of me actually, but I don't have a video to the facility here on the server to show it to you. So it's called Away from Home, Walk the Talk, Broadcast Your Passion. Anyway, so I launched this book. So this was back in 2014 or no, 15.
Yeah.
So I launched this book in New York in 2015, I think. Yes, and there were 40 something thousand people from all over the world coming. And I had like 400 people queuing up to buy my book. And since I'm keep running out of this book, each time I'm trying to give some more, it's sold out. It's sold out. So today, the reason I'm explaining this is because this little book, which was done out of the transcripts from the audio files that were uploaded by my friends on YouTube, and become a book, sold and sold and sold and sold. So today I had somebody, a phone call from somebody saying, I really like your work. I really think it's important for everyone to start thinking of themselves as delivery people, because I'm all about delivery. Yes. So what I've done, I delivered the speech. I wasn't really happy about it, but I was watching, and I turned it into a book. Yes, and that book was sold out all the time. Each time I print more, there is more. I'm left with nothing. So anyway, so it's all about the delivery. It's all about remembering that this is not about you. When you go on stage and you speak, yes, you are the channel, you are the messenger, but it's nothing to do with you. It's not for you. You don't go on stage for yourself. So that's clear for me.
I distinguish that actually, Marina, because you go, it's like it's your head isn't on stage for itself. Your mind isn't on stage for itself, but the heart is actually that is what's there. That's the reason that you're there.
Exactly. So somebody contacted me today and said, I really like your delivery. The fact that you speak from the heart is not about you. It's about the people you help. So I said, okay, so where are you going? And then they said, we want to order 6,000 of your Away from Home, Walk the Talk, so you can add it to your magazine.
Wow.
So I was a bit shocked. I was like, okay. And then I say, cover. And they said yes. So I'm going to put this interview we have right here as a bonus to the book.
Okay.
So I'm going to publish the second edition as a hard copy, and it's going to be distributed with the magazine. Because I think it's really important to remember you are here to deliver the message.
Yes.
It is your message, but it's not about you. Even you are in the story. You are the story you are delivering.
Absolutely.
It's the people who are receiving the message who are going to benefit.
Absolutely.
And
every pair of ears that receives your message will receive it in its own way. And this is why we can't get so worried about trying to be perfect or trying to be anything other than authentic, because the ears that are listening, we have no control over them. And the more authentically we speak, the more authentically we speak, the bigger those ears.
Yes. So what is? I'm going to read you from page 52. So this is 2 years ago. Yes.
Yeah.
So I said the phenomenal discovery I experienced, and now you can laugh out loud. That talking from stage is no different than talking with yourself or with your friend. You don't need a degree. You don't need another course. Talking from stage is only an open heart away. And that is all you need to know. One, Can you speak from your heart? 2, can you share your passion without thinking that you need to be perfect?
Yes.
But thinking that you are proud of your perfect imperfections.
Absolutely.
3, can you tell your story with simple words? 4, can you name the things that you love and explain why? So basically, this is what I was teaching in Singapore and helping people to create their signature talk, because I was turning that signature talk into a book. And each time somebody is coming to me to help them write their book, I'm thinking, no. And they say, what do you mean? Even the last couple of weeks, I had a lot of people asking me to help them write their books. I said, no, I can't help you.
No.
They say, why? Because you have to start listening to the story you are telling yourself when nobody else is listening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The other people's ears will grow the more that you speak from your heart and unfiltered. This is the thing, the filters. These are the things that I was talking about, the worries and the blocks. They all filter what we do, and they make it messy and unclear, and there's no beauty in it.
I think when you think of what is the secret for successful speaking, just remember that you are the best kept secret. because think about it. If you are a good speaker, you are a good speaker when you speak up your mind.
Yes.
And you are a great speaker when you make people laugh. And you are a wealthy speaker when you motivate people to take inspired action.
Yes.
Because you don't go on stage to talk with the audience about the weather.
No.
You go on stage to inspire people to be more, to inspire people to grow into the person who can deliver their life purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because it's all about showing because so for me, it's about showing people that there are ways out there to change what we don't like, out there to get what we do like, and there's lots of ways to do it, and I know a few of them, and I'm very happy to share them so that we can all get more of what we like.
Because it's also a lot of people are thinking, okay, I wrote a book, now I'm going to look for the money to hit my bank account. But what is missing from that picture is their energy.
And how many millions of books are there available on Amazon?
Millions.
Millions.
How are they going to find it? 2 billion in Kindle alone. So imagine. Wow. How do you make yourself available to your audience? Yeah. How do you attract the clients who really need your solution?
Yes. Because even if you're even if you're an author of a book that's, promoted by the publisher, you had to sell it to the publisher in the first place, didn't you? So if you can't talk about it and you can't share your message quickly from your mouth, nobody's going to want to read your book anyway. The beginning of every journey, of every bestseller, starts with conversations, doesn't it?
And you see, we have great conversations at the works, and I'm so grateful you're taking 1 hour each week just to share your passion. And I'm thinking, you are broadcasting your own passion.
Yeah.
Because the vibrational field reach out to anyone.
Yes.
So it's not your book that people are, of course people are buying your book, people are reading your book, but it's not the same.
No.
So when people are writing the book, they have to remember where they are going and what they are going to do, who they are.
And that's the first point of Speakeasy, this commitment. It's make a decision on what it is you want to do and commit to that decision. And we can change it at any point if we realize it's not doing what we expected. But you need to be committed to something to take, a good step, a first step.
I found that it's not easier to write for some people. But then when it comes to speaking, they feel like, you know, when you go to, I don't know if you ever been using a gun, but when you aim and you aim for so long that your hands start shaking.
Yes.
It's the same with the book. You actually writing for years.
I'll also, because I coach people with public speaking a lot, and the amount of people who deliver to me an essay, and my response is always the same. Where did the information come that you've written on the page? Where did it come from? It come from your head, right? So now I want you're a speaker, not a writer. I want you to tell me what was in your head that you've written on the page. Tell me. Because, you know, if you're going to practice speaking, stop writing and speak. So when people are doing public speaking, it's incredible how many people write it down. You've got to speak. You've got to speak if you're going to speak.
I think what I love about your program, what I love the most is the structure. Because people, they already know what they want to say. Yeah. Once they have the template to pour their own content, it's a lot easier. So they start with commitment, they get to control the courage, the concentration, and the confidence. So that's the formula.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you just think that speaking is one of the best paid industries.
Oh wow, incredible. Incredible.
And then all the people who want to make the difference.
Absolutely.
They try to make the difference. They don't really make the difference because if they are not capable of bringing that difference, it's for nothing. Yeah. So in my book, Make the Difference and the Fortune, I'm explaining the whole process as it happens in real life. Because I met thousands and thousands and thousands of people, total geniuses, people who got something I never seen before. Brilliancy at its best. And yet, what happened to them in the last 2, 3, 4 years since I met them? Nothing. They wrote their books and does that. Nothing else. Yes. So it's almost like going into this holiness, into this amazingness of yourself. And then you'll go back to nothing. How is that called progress?
Mm-hmm. No, it's not progress at all. It feels more painful, doesn't it, when you have made a big step and then nothing happens. It's almost more painful than never having done anything.
Well, I think specialized knowledge is a hot commodity. But it's worth nothing when it's free.
No, that's true. People only, when they invest in things, you have to be an investment for it to even to be conceived to have any value, doesn't it? There has to be an investment.
But it is investing in yourself. So when they go out there and buy a program because they like the speaker or the coach, whatever, they're investing in that person. Yes. In their own mind. But for me, only come to me when you are ready to invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
Everything for somebody else is not relevant. What is important? The one thing I respect in somebody is when they invest in themselves. Because they start growing their own wings.
Yes.
And nobody can do that.
No, not at all. And every investment we make is in ourselves, regardless of what the mind tries to influence us in the beliefs that we have. Every investment we make is in ourselves, because we purchase or we transact everything we have an intention behind it. So the more conscious we can become of that intention, the more clear we can become about the intention, then we can know that every investment we make is for ourselves and we're doing it for the right reasons, and it's going to get us what we want, which is again taking us right back to this same point that we become the cause of our own life. We are the creator of our reality.
I think that idea of becoming aware that you don't need to be because of other people's decisions. Decisions are going to be made anyway. And most of the times, when you are not making the decision, whatever good or bad, somebody else is going to make a decision for you.
Yeah.
and it's going to be terrible.
Absolutely.
And going from being the victim of your own circumstances into becoming the cause of your own life takes a very simple step.
From the victim to the victor.
Yes, so it takes a very simple. It's almost like humans. If you think about it, humans are the only creatures who can change their thoughts.
Yes.
By using different words.
Yes.
So yes, you can't change your circumstances. I know your circumstances are terrible, and I know it's very unfortunate, and I know all of that. I've been there myself. But there is one thing that you can do right now. You could change the words who are forming your thoughts.
Absolutely. Choice. It's realizing there is a choice and then making the right choice.
So when people are talking about success and they envy other people for being so successful, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with you? Don't you understand? It's your choice all the time.
Yeah.
Once you stop playing that blame game, when you start taking responsibility, as you explained in your first step, that commitment to yourself, this is when the magic happens. Because that miracle you've been waiting for, it's already here. It's you. You are the miracle.
Yes. There's a lot of programming to clear, and I know that's the majority of the work that I do is around these programs that we don't have choices and that we are victims. They're massive programs. The conditioning and the programming and the habituated thoughts around them are very, very deep and very sticky. But it's also clear them. Your life changes beyond all recognition. And I know this has happened again and again and again. So making a decision that you're going to begin to learn how to find where your choices are, and making that decision that you are definitely going to remove those blocks to what give you choice. It's the very end, brings me straight back to commitment. So committing to yourself, to becoming who you want to be and have the life that you want. That's step number one, isn't it?
And it's all based on what you're saying in a different show. And I know this from my own experience, that I'm always in a trance. It's a trance of laughter, trance of happiness, or sadness, or tears, or whatever it is at the time. And it's almost like hypnotizing yourself from that trance of struggles into a trance of confidence. When you walk tall, doesn't matter what you focus on that vision, on that passion which you put your name on it, you become your passion.
Yes.
Nothing else matters. It's almost like it's nothing to do with you anymore.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you talked about concentration, and I love that, because focus, it's what you choose. Yeah. So if your focus goes on the negative experiences or negative whatever, they're only diversion from your own path.
Absolutely. Well, I used that quote, didn't I? That lovely quote about where your attention goes or where your focus goes, energy flows, and that's the root of the law of attraction. So even if you focus on red things, you're going to see loads and loads of red things. You're even going to attract red things towards you. So choose what shade of red you want to see.
Yes, and our time is up by a minute now, but we'll talk next time some more. But I remember that quote by Clive Staples Lewis. I don't know, I love this writer, and he said that it might be hard for an egg to turn into a bird. It will be a jolly sight harder for it to learn to fly while remaining an egg. We are like eggs at present. And you cannot identify being just an ordinary decent egg. You must be hatched or go bad. So I think to me, it's nothing complicated about. It's the choice you make. Stay an egg and go bad, or become a bird and fly, grow your own wings. From both of us, until next time, with lots of love, walk the talk, speak easy. Goodbye.
Break your shell. Bye.